Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Dozy Sausages by AQJHS, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. Cells joined by an RGB dot satisfy one of the following constraints. Either digits are in a 1-to-2 ratio, digits are consecutive, or digits sum to 15. And each white dot must be assigned exactly one of the previous colors, R, G, and B. Different dots may be assigned different colors. And dots have the same color if and only if they satisfy the same constraint. And all possible dots are given. Interesting. So, what's another way of putting it? So, each white dot has to be colored either red, green, or blue. And it must be assigned exactly one of the previous colors. Exactly one. Huh. Now, that's interesting. So it cannot satisfy two different constraints, I think. Because it must be... So you could have... 1 and 2 works if the digits are in a 1-to-2... Because digits are in a 1-to-2 ratio, and they are consecutive. But since each white dot must be assigned exactly one of the previous colors, it cannot you guarantee that you don't have 1, 2 next to any of these white dots. Because that would have to satisfy 2 of the constraints. And we are guaranteed all possible dots are given. So the negative constraint is in place here. So that means a single white dot, cannot actually have 1 and 2 next to it. Because the 1 and 2 satisfies both that they are in a 1-to-2 ratio and that they are consecutive. Interesting. That's just to keep that in mind, I guess. And again, dots have the same... So each of the constraints also corresponds to one of the colors. So one of the colors is going to be digits are in a 1-to-2 ratio. One of the colors is going to be digits are consecutive. And one of the colors corresponds to the digits sum to 15. We just don't know which one is which. And keep in mind, all possible dots are given, so there is a negative constraint in play here. I've already kind of outlined some things that I don't know if people might have thought of, but I wanted to really highlight that the white dots have to cannot fulfill certain criteria, I should say. And I want to make that very clear, I guess. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. Digits that are in a as I said before, digits that are in a 1-to-2 ratio. So, if you have a 1 and a 2, they satisfy both digits are in a 1-to-2 ratio and that digits are consecutive. So we know... Well, we don't know. I don't think there's no other pairs that satisfies both of those. If you are in a 1-to-2 ratio, that you're not 1 and 2, you necessarily cannot be consecutive. So the only one that satisfies both digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio and digits are consecutive has to be 1 and 2. Can you have digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio and digits sum to 15? The answer is no. Because you would have to have an odd and an even cell there. And the odd and even pairs that are in a 1 to 2 ratio add up to 3. 1 and 2 add up to 3, or 3 and 6 add up to 9. None of them add up to 15. So digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio and digits sum to 15 can never have the same, cannot have the dots between, have both of those dots between them. So that means the only remaining stuff left are digits are consecutive and digits sum to 15. And you can have that if you have 7 and 8. Those are consecutive, and then those must sum to 15. So now, using all that information, we know the only possible way you have 2 dots in between, which we have in these pairs, are digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio and digits are consecutive with 1 and 2, and digits are consecutive and digits sum to 15 with 7 and 8. So these have to be a 1, 2, 7, 8 pair, and green has to be the consecutiveness, right? Because 1 and 2 satisfies 1 and 2 ratio and consecutive. 1 to 2 ratio and consecutive, whereas 7, 8 satisfies consecutive, and then the other thing, which is digits sum to 15. So these digits must be consecutive. Blue digits, so green has to be consecutive. So either blue adds up to 15 or they are in a 1 to 2 ratio. And you cannot have a digit adding up to 15 with 2 unique digits, right? 6 doesn't add up to 15 with 9 and another digit. It only adds up to 15 with just a 9. So blue has to be digits are in a 1 to 2 ratio, which means this is a 1, 2 pair here. And red has to be they add up to 15. So this is 7, 8 as a pair, because these digits are in a blue relationship with 2 other unique digits, and you can't do that with 15. So this is guaranteed then. This has to be 4 here to be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2 unique digits, because we can't have 1 or 2 because of the 1, 2 pair in the row. And this can't be 2 because of the 1, 2 pair in the row, so this must be 8, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio, and 2, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio. This has to be, though, 2 and 4, which could be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 1, 2, 4, 8, and 1, 2, 4, 8 there. These digits add up to 15 because red means they add up to 15. So this cannot be 6, 7, and 8. It has to be a 6, 9 pair. This can't be 7, 8 because of a 7, 8 pair in the box. So this is 6, 9. That eliminates 6 and 9 in the rest of the box. So we are left with 3, 4, and 5. These are consecutive, so it must be 4 with 3 here, or 4 with 5 here. And then this must be 3 or 5 there. Okay. This cannot be 4, though, because if this were 4, that would be consecutive with both of these 3 5s here, and therefore would have to be in a, there would have to be 2 greens here. So 4 can only be here, which means this is not 4 here. It's 3, 5 as a pair. 4 and 2 eliminate 2 and 4 here. This is 1 or 8. If this is 1, this is 2. Then this has to be 4. If this is 8, this is 4, which makes this 2. So this becomes a 2, 4 pair here. 4 is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2, but this can't, there's no blue dot here. So therefore, this must be 1 here, which makes that 2. 4 is also in a 1 to 2 ratio with 8. And this can't be then 8 because there would have to be a blue dot between these 2 cells because of a negative constraint. So that's 7, which makes that 8. Remaining digits of row 4 are 1 and 7. And this can't be 7 because then that would be consecutive with 8 and they would have to have a green dot in between them. So this must be 1, which makes this 7. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 8, which makes this in a 1-2 ratio with 4, which is in a 1-2 ratio with 2. Okay. These are in a 1-2 ratio. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8 here. 2 and 8 cannot be here. So 1 and 1 can't be here. So can we ever have a 4 here? If we have a 4 here, this has to be 2 or 8, but it cannot be 2 or 8 because of 2 or 8 in the column. So this can't be 4 either. These add up to 15. So it's 6, 9, or 7, 8 here. No 8 here because this can't be 7. Can we ever have a 9 here? There has to be some relationship with here to be a 9, but we already have this adding up to 15, so this cannot add up to 15. And 9 cannot be in a 1-2 ratio with another digit, because if you have 9, you get 4.5. If we double 9, you get 18. And it cannot be consecutive with that digit, because then that would be 8 with 9, because 9 is only consecutive with 8, so this cannot be 9, and this can't be 6 then. Okay. Remaining digits in box 6 are 1 through 5. No 1 here because of 1 in the row. This digit cannot be consecutive with that because there must be a dot between those. So this can't be 1 or 3. This has to be 5. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 3, which makes that a 1. 5 would be consecutive with 6 here if that were 6, so this can't be 6. That's 9, which makes that 6. Remaining digits of row 5. 3, 6, and 9. 3 can't be here. That's consecutive with 2, and there's no green dot between them. So we have a 6, 9 pair now, which eliminates 6 and 9 in the rest of row 5. So this can't be 6 or 9. It's 3. 9 cannot be here. Actually, it could be if this is red. Okay. Remaining digits of row 6 are 5, 6, 7, and 9. Okay. So this could be 6 and 9 adding up to 15 with this being this dot being red. Or it could be green. It cannot be blue here. So this is green or red, but we don't know which. Okay. So this cannot add up to 15 here because we already have these two adding up to 15. And no digit can add up to 15 with 2 unique digits. It could be in a 1-2 ratio if that's 3, or it could be consecutive, but only if this is 6 or 7. That's interesting. So either way, we are guaranteed one of these digits is a 6. If they're in a 1-2 ratio, it must be 3 with 6. If they are consecutive, it has to be a 6, 7 pair because we have 5, 8, 9 are eliminated already in the column. So we're guaranteed one of these is a 6. 7 cannot be here because if this were 7, that would be consecutive with the 8. And there's no green here, green dot here. Okay. Remaining digits of column 4. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 available. This cannot be 1 or 3 because they're consecutive with 2. This can't be 4 because that's in a 1-2 ratio with 2. And there's no dot between them. So we have 5, 6, or 9. 5 cannot add up to 15 with another digit. It cannot be in a 1 to 2 ratio because if you have 5, you get 2.5. If you double 5, you get 10, neither of which are digits. So if 5 is here, it has to be 4 or 6 here, but it cannot be 4 because of 4 in the column. So that would be 6. If 6 is here, it could be 3 or 9 here. 3, it's 1-2 ratio. 9, it adds up to 15. Or it could be 5 or 7 to be consecutive with that digit. If 9 is here, this has to be 8 to be consecutive because it, or 6. Okay, that's a lot of possibilities. This can't be 9 or 4. 4 is in a 1-2 ratio with 8. 9 is consecutive with 8. So 1 could be here. It cannot be 2 here. Oh, 1 can't be next to any of these white dots again. Because if 1 is next to one of the white dots, it would have to be... It can't add up to 15. If it's next to 2, it would have to have 2 specific dots next to it, so that's not possible. So 3 could be here with 2. It cannot be here with 4 because of 4 in the column. 3 could be here with 6. 3 doesn't add up to 15 with another digit. 5 could be here with 6. Cannot be 4 because of 4 in the column. 6 could be here with 3 or 9 or 5 or 7. It's a lot of possibilities. Remaining digits of column 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 available. Negative constraints can be kind of difficult to process through. So 1 cannot be next to any white dots. 1 cannot be here. Remaining digits of column 7. We have 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9 available. But this cannot... These can't have 6 in it because 6 is guaranteed in this box to be one of those 2 cells. 8 or 9 cannot be here because they would necessarily be consecutive with the 8 or 9 here. This can't be 3 or 5. That's consecutive with 4 by negative constraint, so this must be 1. That eliminates 1 in the rest of the column. So no 1 there. This can't be 6 or 8. It's consecutive with 7, and there's no dot between them. Remaining digits of column 9. We have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. This cannot be 2 or 4. That's consecutive with 3. These are in some relationship. 2 is not in a relationship with 5, 7, 8, or 9. 9 cannot be either of these digits because 9 can only be consecutive with 8 or add up to 15 with 6. And we don't have 6 available because of 6 in the column. And if we try to have 8, 9 as a pair here, that would eliminate all possibilities for that being 8 or 9. So no 9 here. And this can't be 1 because of 1 in the box. So where's 2? 2, oh, this can't be 1 here. That would be both consecutive and in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2. No 3 here because of 3 in the column. Therefore, this can't be 6 here If that's 6, it would have to be in a 1-2 ratio with 3 being there, but that can't be 3. 8 cannot have 7 or 9 here. 8 cannot have 9 here. Because if this is 9, that would be consecutive with the 8 here. So this has to be 6. And this can't be 6 here, but it could be consecutive with this. It could have a 9 there. Not 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 5. So no 5 or 6 here. This then becomes a 7-9 pair. Hmm. Two is guaranteed to be one of these two, so this cannot be 2 here. Where is 2 in box 8? Cannot be next to the 1, because they would have to have both a blue and a green dot between them. Can't be here because of 2 guaranteed to be in one of those 2 cells there. So 2 has to be one of those 2 cells here. Where's 2 in row 7? Cannot be here or here because of the guaranteed 2s in the boxes. Can't be here because of 2 in the column, so 2 has to be there. Six and 8, this is already in a 1-to-2 ratio with a digit, and they cannot be in a 1-to-2 ratio with another digit. That's not the digit that it's in, but since this is the same row, this cannot be, then this cannot be in a 1-to-2 ratio with both of these. Because 6 can only be next in a 1-to-2 ratio with 3, 8 can only be in a 1-to-2 ratio with 4 in normal Sudoku. So this must either add up to 15 or it adds up to, it's consecutive. So if it's consecutive, it's 5, 7, 9, cannot be 5 because of 5 in the column. And if it adds up to 15, this has to also be 7 or 9 there. That's interesting. This cannot be 9 or 5 or 7 because it adds up to 15 with 9 and it's consecutive with 5 or 7. This is very interesting. Remaining digits in column 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9. No 6 here, that's consecutive with 5. This cannot be 2 or 3. 2 it's in 1-to-2 ratio with for 4, and 3 it's consecutive with. Where is 6 in column 7? It has to be one of these 2 digits. Which means we cannot have a 3 here or a 5 here. Because if we had a 3 or 5 here, 5 would be consecutive with a 6. 3 would be in a 1-to-2 ratio with the 6, and we'd have to have a dot here either way. So no 3 or 5 here to be consecutive with the 6. It means we have a 6, 8, 9 quadruplet in column 7. And this must be 3 or 5. 6 again has a relationship with both 3 and 5. So this cannot be 6 here, which means 6 in the remaining digits in column 7 has to be here. That eliminates 6 in the rest of this row. 6 cannot be next to 7 on the for to be consecutive with it, and can't be in a 1-to-2 ratio with 3 here because there's no button between, or no dot between. I don't know why I said button, but anyways. 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 9, which makes that 6. 1 again cannot be next to a dot because it's only in a relationship with 2, and it must have 2 dots in between there. 2 could be next to 3 or 4. So if we have 2 here, this can't be 3 because of 3 in the column. So we'd have to have 3 there and 4 there. 9 is only in a relationship with 8. Or 8 and 6. But if we had a 9 here, that would force both 8 and 6 to be here, to be in a relationship with it, and eliminate all possibilities for that cell there. So this cannot be 9. 3 could be consecutive with both 2 and 4. So this would be 4 there and 2 there. Or it's in a 1 to 2 ratio with 6. This can't be 6. So 6 would be there if that were the case. 6 could be a lot of things. Could be 9s, 5 or 7s next to it, 3s next to it, as long as 3's there. 7 could be with 8 and 6. So those are all the possibilities, which are a lot. Oh, 6 and 9 add up to 15. So this can't be 6 and 9 here because there's no dot between them. So it's 6 and 8. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 9 and 6 to add up to 15 here. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's in, and it cannot be consecutive. Why can't 7 be there? I don't know why 7 can't be there. 7 should be able to be there. Well, this can't be 6 anymore. That's interesting. Why couldn't... Oh, 7's consecutive with 8. That's the reason why. Can't be there. So this must be 3. 6 and 9 is no longer available. 6 and 5 or 7 is not available here. So this must be 6 and 3. That eliminates 3 in the rest of the box. So this is not 3, that's 5. This is not 5, it's 3. 3 eliminates 3 in the rest of the column. This can't be 7. That's consecutive with 6. This can't be 4. It's consecutive with 5. So this must be 2. That eliminates 2 here. 5 is eliminated from the rest of the box. 9 can't be here because of 9 in the box. So we have 4, 7, and 8 here. 7 and 8 does not satisfy the dot because it has to have 2 dots in between. So this has to be 4 and 8. So this is 4, that's 8, which makes this not 4 or 8, it's 7. That eliminates 4 and 8 in the rest of the column, so no 4 or 8 there, it's 2. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the box. No 2, 4, or 7 or 8, it's 5, 9 as a pair. 2 is in a relationship with both 1 and 4, so this can't be 1 or 4, it's 7. No 7 there. 8 is in relationship with 4, so this is 1, which makes that 4. 4 is in relationship with 5, so this has to be 9 and 5 there, because there's no dot between. No 4 and 9 there. No 2, 3 here. No 3 here. No 7 there. No 1 or 5 here. No 5 or 5 there. No 8s here. So 9 cannot be here. Oh, it could be. You could have 7 and 6. Never mind. No 9 here because of 9 in the row. One of these is guaranteed to be a 6. 5 is consecutive with 6. So what are these colors? 3 and 6 is in 1 to 2 ratio, which is blue. 4 and 8 is also in a 1 to 2 ratio, which is blue. Therefore, there's no 8 here. This is either 5, 6 consecutive or 6, 9, adding up to 15. Ugh, lots of constraints. Remaining digits in row 1 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. No 1 or 3 here because of 1 or 3 in the column. No 2 here because of 2 in the column. No 1 here because of 1 in the column. Remaining digits of row 2. Okay, so this can't be 5 or 7. That's the relationship with 6. Can't be 3. Relationship with 6. Remaining digits in row 2. We have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. No 6 or 9 here. No 4 here because of digits in the column. No 6 here because of 6 in the row. Remaining digits of row 3 are 1, 4, 5, 7, 9. No 7. Because 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. No 7 in the row. Um, 4 and 1 are in relationships with 2. No 1 here because of 1 in the column. 3 is in relationship with 4. And this can't be 9 because of 9 in the column. 3 eliminates 3 in the rest of this row. Remaining digits of row... Well, okay, eliminate 1 and 3 here. Remaining digits of row 7 are 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. No 6 and 9 here. No 2 here. No 2, 6 here. That's all. Well, 5 and 7 are both consecutive with 6, so this can't be 5 or 7. So this must be 4. That eliminates 4 in the rest of the row and column and box. So this can't be 4. It's 3. 3 is in a 1-to-2 ratio with 6. We don't know what this is. 6 eliminates 6 in the rest of the box and column. So where is 6 in column 2? Cannot be here because of 6 in the box. Can't be here because of 6 in the row. Can't be here because this relationship has to have a 6 in it. So then 6 has to be here. 6 does not have a relationship with 4 or 2. 6 eliminates 6 in the rest of the box here also. 3 eliminates 3 in the rest of this column here. Where is 2 in row 2? It has to be one of these 2 digits. So if we have a 3 there, it would be in a relationship with 2, but there's no dot between them, so this cannot be 3. We now have a 2, 7, 9 triplet in row 2, which eliminates 2, 7, and 9 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 7 or 9, it's 3. This can't be 9, it's 4. 2 is in a 1-to-2 ratio with 4, so this can't be 2, which makes that 7 or 9. We have a 7-9 pair now in row 2, which eliminates 7 and 9 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 7 or 9. That's 2, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the box and column, so this 2 can't be here. Therefore, 2 has to be there. That's in a relationship with 1 and 4, so this can't be 1 or 4. We have a 5, 6, 9 triplet in column 4, which eliminates 5, 6, and 9 in the rest of the column. No 5 or 6 there, it's 1, which eliminates 1 there, so it's 8. No 1 or 8 there, it's 5. 5 eliminates 5 there, so it's 6, which makes that a 9. 9 eliminates 9 there, so it's 7, which makes that a 3. So 6 and 9 add up to 15, so this is a red. 6 eliminates 6 in the rest of the column, so this is 5, 9 as a pair. Not 5 is consecutive only with 6, and is not in a 1-to-2 ratio, and doesn't add up to 15 with a digit. 9 can be consecutive with 8, but 8's already eliminated by 8 in the row, so this has to be a 6 here. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 5 and 3. Remaining digit in column 5 is an 8. Remaining digits in column 6 are 1 and 7. And 7 can't be here, so that's 1, which makes that 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 9. which means this must be a red dot here. The 9 eliminates 9 in the rest of the box. So where's the 9 in row 7? It has to be here. That makes that 5 there. No 2 or 7 here because of 2 or 7 in the row. 9 is here, so that's it, adding up to 15 with the 6 there. 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's 1. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 3. 2 is in consecutive with 3, so this can't be 2. It's 7, which makes that 5, which makes that 2. Remaining digit in column 2 is a 2. This can't be 2 or 8. No 1, 3, or 8. It's 5, 7 as a pair. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 9. This is then a blue dot. This is a red dot. 5, 7, 5 and 9 eliminate 5 and 9 in the rest of this row. So this can't be 5 or 9. It's 8. This can't be 5 or 9 or 8. It's 4. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7 and 5. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 9 and 7. And this must be a red dot here. And we have the rest of the digits. This digit must be an 8. We have to have a 1 here, and this must be a 4. Let's just double check to make sure there's no relationships where there shouldn't be. 7 and 2 have no relationship. 7 and 3 have no relationship. 2, 6, 2 has no relationship with 5, 6, or 7. So 7 only has relationships with 6 and 8. And it has to, if it's with 8, it has to be a double digit. Or double dot. So 1 can only have a relationship with 2, and it must be a double dot. 2 can have relationships with 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. 3 can have relationships with 2, 4, or 6. 4 can have relationships with 2, 3, 5, and 8. 5 can only have relationships with 4 and 6. 6 can have relationships with 3, 5, 7, and 9. 7 can have relationships with 6, 8. But with 8, it has to be a double dot relationship. 8 can have relationships with 4, 7, which is a double dot relationship, and 9. Okay. So next to 7, 2 and 3 are fine. 2, 7, 6, and 5 are fine. 5, 2, 9, and 1 are fine. 1, no 2 next to it. 3, 1, 7, 8 are fine. 8, 3, 2, and 6 are fine. 6, 8, 8, and 4 are fine. 4, 6, 1, and 9 are fine. 9, 4, and 5 are fine. 5, 9, 1, and 2 are fine. 1 does not next to 2. 8, 1, 6, 2, 3 are fine. 2, 8, 8, 5, 7 are fine. 7, 2, 3, 4, 9 are fine. 4, 1, 6, 7, 9 are fine. 9, 5, 4, 4 are fine. 9 and 6 add up to 15. There's a dot there. 6 and 3 are in a 1 to 2 ratio. Oh, this is going to be a lot. I'm just assuming that this is correct. There's just a lot of things you have to check through everything, and it's hard to... These relationships aren't necessarily something that you could spot very easily, I guess. Yeah. It's very cool. I don't know if I would consider this easy. I think I would consider this challenging. The execution could be pretty bad if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I think I would just make this challenging level. It was interesting how the white dots could only be a single dot, though. It makes sense, actually. But it's interesting how that restricted things. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.